I'm always inspired by people and people's stories and where they've traveled and what they've seen and what they do and how they react and just their life in general. So I'm always excited to share with everyone, my friends, and also hear, the stories that you have and try to inspire others. So I'm here today with one of my great friends, Nathaniel Bottone. And I call him Nate. That's probably why it slipped out.
That's what my friends call me.
But, you have such a great story. And I really do believe that it will inspire so many others that are into, hair and styling and all of that, because you have an incredible business.
Well, thank you.
So tell me, how did this all start and come about?
Well, Jennifer, it kind of all started, I would have to say I've been doing hair for 12 years now, but it really started in Guilford, Connecticut. The owner of my salon at that point, she was kind of investigating different cosmetology academies, and she said, I came across this really unique one. They're brand new, but they're going to have this fantastic education program, and I want you to check it out. And at the time, I was living in Waterbury.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a drive.
All the way down to Guilford.
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, this better be worth it. So I went there, I met the educators, I met the owners of the school, and I was just impressed from day one. You could tell that they were very passionate, and I'm a pretty passionate guy myself. So I kind of saw that in them, and I'm like, what, I'm going to definitely think about this school. And I did a little bit more research, and it just seemed to be the right fit.
Yeah, so I think that's great. I mean, I think we all tend to just think, oh, it's so far away, or, oh my goodness, there's just so many things to do. How am I going to ever make this happen?
Exactly.
So you took the leap of faith.
I took the leap of faith, and I really just went with it, and I just knew that I was going to come out of that school so much better than other students in other cosmetology schools. I felt like
you had a knack for this.
I did. From day one, as soon as I got that flat iron, I was like, this is for me. This is the school for me. So, and they gave me a really great foundation, a really great education, and the school Teach Academy is what it is called. It was just so amazing. Just the education, the learning, and then the culture and the community was really nice.
I think that's what it's all about. When you're in an inspiring environment, you can't help but to feed off of the people and their ideas and passions, and you end up having great synergies and creating things like you would never imagine.
Exactly.
So that's fantastic. And I know that education and inspiring, the stylists at your salon and, everybody working together. That's, obviously an important thing, because I do see a lot of new stylists, coming in.
Yes.
And, it's great.
And I think that's one thing that they taught me down there was, if you have the passion, you need to pass that passion on to other, up and coming stylists. So they really gave me a really nice foundation that I still use today when now kind of going forward in my
well, I probably just going forward in all of the things that you do, because it's not only you providing the opportunities for young people and newcomers when it comes to becoming a stylist, but you as a person and an artist, you also educate yourself. I mean, I know you go to Vegas and you go to these conventions, so it's important for people.
That's a big thing for us too. Is education is definitely key in our industry. We are constantly educating ourselves, because with social media the way it is now, where way back when it used to be 2 years to establish here, 2 years to learn it, and then really 2 years to get rid of it. Now it's constantly happening, and every 2 or 3 months it's something new that our guests come in and say, I want this new look, I want this new technique. So we really need to be up and up on that. We want to know how to do it before they're asking for it.
Absolutely. And I know that even in my own business and being in a creative field, social media has become a very big part of, the business world. And it really is a fantastic opportunity for, artists to be able to convey an idea or share, a new style or what have you. But it's fantastic for, just people to get inspirations on what they may want to have as a style, or that new color, or something different. So I think that's awesome that you you're very with it when it comes to like
We are
modern,
trying to be, yes,
you know,
and it's consistent.
business.
You know, you definitely have to be really persistent and consistent with it, posting every day. And the stylists at my salon company right now, they really just love what they do, and they're always taking pictures of everything they do.
Yes, I can tell that they really are extraordinary. Well, they're very talented, so
Well,
they have
are,
every
yes.
right to be proud
They
of
should be,
what they
yes,
have.
and I'm very proud of them also.
So, you know, it's obvious that, you know, we all just don't start off owning businesses
No.
or, you know, just, you know, coming into the idea that, okay, I'm out of school, I'm going to own a salon. So, I mean, some people may.
They might be that ambitious.
Right. But, you know, when did you decide? Because I know that that's not how it was for you. You actually worked in a working salon and then ultimately it became your own.
It's funny, Jennifer, because I've been there for about 17 years now. And when I first started there, hair was not the focus. I was kind of going through college, trying to earn a degree that way. And it was just by chance that I saw all these very talented people. And I said, you know what, I feel like I can do that. Like, I feel like I love people. I love being creative. And maybe hair is my destiny. So I would start playing with mannequin heads and kind of playing all that fun stuff, and it just really clicked for me. So then obviously I went to the cosmetology school, and I was there for many months just learning the fundamentals of hair. And what was unique about Teach Academy was they taught the European way of cutting hair, which most academies at that time were not teaching. So I felt, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, we're learning all these different haircuts.
I like that. So it's true. Like, you know, you get often inspired by something that you don't necessarily see all the time.
Correct.
You know,
and
that's cool.
It was amazing, and the haircuts were broken down, and they were easy, and they were fun. And as I was doing those on guests that would be invited into the salon, I really honed my craft. But I think the one thing that kind of set me apart was, and that I still use to this day as far as our salon company goes, is the systems and structures that we learned there. Everything was, you know, systematic. Everything was well structured, and they gave the students there a lot of goals. And we still do that today in our salon company. So it's very funny that 17 or 15 years later, here we are, you know?
It's so true, because even myself, I find myself just kind of reminding of when I was younger, at different, you know, jobs or different things I've learned or what have you. Yeah, just different stages in life. And you bring those lessons into your life. And it's amazing how you can see kind of it all unfold in front of you.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
So I think that, you know, you really have done an extraordinary job of, you know, committing to your, I guess, passions.
Yep.
And, you know, deciding that you were going to, you know, all right, I can do this. Like, what do you think that, you know, made you take that, you know, that stand to say, well, I just don't want to be a stylist, but I want to own my business?
Yeah, I think...
When was that for you?
You know, I always, as soon as I graduated cosmetology school, I always knew that I wanted to own a salon at one point. It just came very quicker than I thought it would.
Right.
I was on the floor for 2.5 years, and I really just got to the top of where I was in that salon company. And my owner, she was amazing.
Right.
Really taught me how to be a smart business person.
Right.
Really taught me the ins and outs of how to run a business. But at that point, I'm thinking to myself, well, I've been here 2.5 years. I'm at the top. I want more. I need more. So she presented the offer of, I want to sell my salon, and I'd like to sell it to you. And I was
so the path came, and
and I'm like,
just took the step.
I have no money. I don't know how that works. Let's kind of figure it all out.
Well, I'm glad that you said that, because it's so true. I think often, again, we think to ourselves, well, I can't afford that. That's crazy. How am I going to ever pull this off? But the reality is that when you do have passion and you do kind of put yourself out there, and you are able to, you know, facilitate your goals and, you know, make everybody happen, how that word travels and how the business just comes.
It really just came about too, because when you were talking about passion and when you have that desire, things just kind of happen. I thought that if it wasn't the right time for me, like, the doors would close shut and lock. But every single time the door would just close ever so slightly, but I was able to kind of muster my way through. Lots of challenges, lots of struggles, and just, you know, at the very end, bought the salon, and now I have this salon full of stylists, and I'm like, okay, now we have to take it to the next point where, when you were saying before, how do you transition that? And that was a big step, because I think as a stylist, I always looked at where I worked as a job.
Yeah.
And I wanted more than just a job. And for me, job is an acronym for just over broke.
Right.
So I really wanted to create a path where it was more of a career-based salon.
Yeah, no, I can totally see that. And it's funny because I think that there are two types of people, and both of them are totally fine. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a business owner to be a successful person.
Not
or
everyone's
a successful
cut out for
business
it. Exactly.
Person.
No way.
Exactly. Everybody has their own unique talents. And also, too, it just depends on, I think, even what's going on in your life. You know, I think that that's also kind of key too. Maybe at that time in your life, you have the opportunity to give it your all into, because being a business owner is a lot of time.
Yeah, I look at myself 9 years ago when I bought the business. I'm like, he's a totally different guy than he is now, which is all a very good thing.
Right.
But yeah.
And I think too, like as a business owner and as a a person who deals with creative people and working with other creatives, it's often fantastic to surround yourself with these type of people. So when you do accomplish something, everybody gets to, feel the success.
Yes,
right?
feel that energy. Yep, I agree. So feeling that success, I definitely feel when we decided to turn it more into a career-based salon.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, just like I had a Teach Academy, I need those same systems and structures in my salon company.
Oh, yeah.
So with we're a Redken Elite salon. I don't know if I shared that with you, but we're a Redken Elite salon. So we're very brand loyal when it comes to not only our home hair care items, but also our professional color options.
I think that that is one of the key things when you are providing a service, regardless of what style of service it is. You need to utilize equipment or products that are going to represent how you feel about your work. So using the top of the line and the best of the best is often going to lead to successful outcomes.
Exactly,
too.
Without a doubt. And with that successful outcome became this consulting firm. So back when we were talking about a career-based salon, I didn't know how to implement systems and structures. I didn't know.
It's how do you do that? And the reality
I don't
is
know.
too.
And I have to guide these stylists. Now they're a part of my team. I'm a leader, and now I have to lead them.
Yeah.
So that was such a big transition for me. Overnight, I went from a co-employee to now employer.
That is a challenging scenario to navigate. And I'm sure that not only is that in your instance, but also the people that you were working with, they had that scenario where you were a coworker and now all of a sudden you're the boss.
Yeah, it's like, hello, now I'm your boss. Now I got to reprimand you and keep you accountable.
Well, the good thing is that you have fantastic people. So.
I am very blessed every single day. Thank God for my team.
Yeah, no, I think that that's fantastic. But, we all think to ourselves that, okay, we've done this a while, and obviously, you're quite successful at what it is that you do.
Thank you.
But if you were to tell your younger self, like something that you wish you could have told yourself, what would it be?
I think the one thing that I would tell myself, it will all work out. To breathe, enjoy the ride. Don't stress the little things. Be stronger, be more confident. Know who you are as a person and gain strength from that. And know that the decisions that you're making are the right ones, and not to second guess yourself, which is hard to do.
Oh, it's extraordinarily hard to do.
I think, I look at myself 9 years ago and I'm like, he didn't really have a backbone. It really wasn't there. But now it's been created, and now I know that, I guess also direction. I didn't really know what direction the salon was going to head in, and now I have a clear and concise direction of where we're going, so that makes it feel so much better.
Yeah, no.
But just navigating that,
Absolutely.
I guess. That's the hardest part.
No, I think that you hit it spot on, because I think that most of us kind of forget to breathe and just be in the moment. So I'm so thrilled and delighted you were able to kind of share your story and express to people to just relax and let things go.
Yeah,
And then
that's-
navigate from that point.
Exactly, yes. And learn
So,
from those mistakes. We all
absolutely.
make them. We're not perfect. So.
We are all human, that's
Yeah.
for sure. So I really appreciate you taking the
Oh,
time
thank
and
you for the invite.
going over all of these things, and I can't wait to hang out and hear more from you soon.
Anytime.
Well, I'm so happy that, I got a chance to enjoy some conversation with an inspiring person. I know that he inspires me with a lot of fancy and fantastic hairstyles. But I really do appreciate your friendship, and I look forward to sharing more exciting stories and fantastic people with all of you.